Hi everybody, Anthony, Morton's Training Academy. Today's topic is about sharpening axes. Okay, now an axe, a hatchet, whatever it is, it can be a double bit axe, it can be a single bit, it could be a hatchet, a lot of different types. Now, today what I'm gonna kind of get into is to show you guys how I sharpen an axe, and to make it to where it's uniform and to where you can make it razor sharp. Now, most everybody's thinking, okay, why do you need an axe razor sharp? Well, you don't necessarily, but if you need to be able to shave small pieces of wood into finer pieces, a good axe with a razor sharp edge is going to be ideal. Now it chops, you know, the sharper the axe, the easier it chops. A blunt axe is going to split little pieces of wood, but it's not going to cut real good. Now, putting a razor sharp edge on an axe, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. First, this is called a puck. Now, a puck is what most guys do. They'll take and they'll run it over their axe like this, and they just keep working it. Well, and that will work, okay? It's very labor intensive. So how I do it, and this is the important part, because if you take an axe and you take it onto like a belt grinder or a bench grinder, sometimes you're gonna ruin the axe. And I say ruin the axe, you know, and this is why I'm trying to give you guys ideas of how craftsmen actually take care of their tools, how they maintain their tools, and how they keep them in tip-top shape, and how they will last you your lifetime. Now, when I say lasting a lifetime, this is a little Norland axe. I've had it since I was 13 years old. Okay, and it's relatively sharp. My father used it all the years I was growing up, and when he passed away, I reclaimed it. Now, a Norland axe, they're fairly expensive. They're like $150, so they're not a cheap little axe. But if you want it to last a lifetime, learn how to sharpen them. Okay, this little axe here that I'm working on today, it's not a really expensive little axe, but if you take care of it, it would last you your lifetime. You know, make sure that the handles are always, you know, in decent shape. Always, you know, I like linseed oil in my oils. This one here has just a painted, this is one that I'm selling in my store. It's just got a painted handle, but linseed oil works really well on axe handles. Now, a lot of times they'll get loose in the head, and if you you know, keep linseed oil on them all the time, they're not going to loosen up. But there again, it's maintenance. Okay, so what I want to show you guys today is this is just a regular little file. Okay, and you guys need kits. Okay, and when I say a kit, get a kit that has your sharpening stuff in it. Like I was talking to you guys yesterday about my little Lansky set. You know, I have a lot of different types in there. Now, for an axe, you only need a couple different things. You know, a puck works fine, but 95% of the time, the file will work great. Get a good file, don't get a cheap one. Get a good one, Nicholson, I think it is, really good file. So what I'm gonna show you guys is I start setting an edge here. I drag that across here, okay? And I do it very slow. I'm not going fast, but, and you can hear it cutting, okay? See, and that's cutting. Every time this file goes across, it's prepping that edge. Now, and if you look at, you can see the darkness here on the file. You may not be able to see that, but it's leaving material off of the axe on there. Now, a lot of times in prepping for your tool bag that you carry with your axe, carry a really good wire brush. Now, when I say a wire brush, this type of a little wire brush, and I usually just take it and I'll clean that. See, now that all disappeared off there. Just a little wire brush, keep it in your kit, and sit, drag, sit, drag, sit, drag. And you'll get a really nice edge. A lot of guys will put them on the grinders, but then you get waves out of your axe head. You know, if I'm doing this, I'm gonna get little waves. Especially on a really good axe, you don't want waves. You want a nice clean edge, and that's what this will do. Is just dragging it. This little tiny vise here, it's a great little vise. I got it at Harbor Freight. It moves all around. It will adjust. So if I want to turn this, you know, like so, I can. And it has double jaws. And I think it was only, I don't know, 32 bucks or something like that. But you know, you can adjust this however you need to. It's a great little vise, and it locks in, and so and it's big enough. It's not going to be large enough for like your big double bit axes, but you know, you can get into like a 4-inch vise. You don't have to have vices to sharpen your axes. You could take a simple little clamp like this, clamp it down to your table, okay, and put a little shim under it so that edge sticks up, and then start working it. So you would just clamp this down like that. So if this was your axe, clamp it down like that, shim that blade up a little bit, and clamp it down. So anyway, three things, okay? A vise or a clamp, a wire brush, and a file. And that's all you really need to keep your axes in tip-top shape, okay? And if they're a defensive axe, I have a lot of friends that carry them all the time. And you know, it's a great little weapon. It's not always, I have one friend that carries his all the time, and he uses it for everything. He'll use it for cutting his food, but he keeps it razor sharp. Again, sit and drag, sit and drag. So that's about it for the day. How to sharpen an axe. And thank you guys for, you know, still continuing to watch my videos. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.